interesting question. Let's look at our first question. What did you read about the influence of tribal culture on folk music? So there has been an influence, there has been a topic that has been talked about that folk music has some influence from the tribal culture. Remember, the tribes were interacting with the other culture, the Bengali culture. Remember? Let's look at the answer. The culture and the lifestyle of the different tribes have also influenced folk music. এখন কি বলছি যে ডিফারেন্ট ট্রাইব মানে আদিবাসীদের বিভিন্ন ট্র্যাডিশন, ঐতিহ্য, কালচার, ওদের লাইফস্টাইল কাকে ইনফ্লুয়েন্স করেছে? ফোক মিউজিককে। অন্যদিকে ট্রাইবস লাইক সাঁওতাল, গারো, হাজং, Chakma, Manipuri, Tripuri, Marma, etc. have interacted with the ethnic Bengali culture and lifestyle over the years because it has an influence of tribal culture in our folk music, right? The interaction has been clearly reflected in the richness of folk music. এমন কিছু শব্দ ইউজ করা হয়, ব্যবহার করা হয়েছে এই গানগুলোতে which were enriching the type or enriching the type of folk music of our culture, right? So this is the answer. You can get this in the passage as well. Just read it thoroughly, all right? Number B. Which folk songs are sung individually and in group? So এখানে বলছে যে কোন কোন গানগুলো ইন্ডিভিজুয়ালি গাওয়া হয় and গ্রুপে গাওয়া হয়, ঠিক আছে? Folk songs sung individually include baul, Bhatiyari, Murshidi, and Marfuti, while songs sung in chorus including OngkoBiggan, Leto, Alka, and Gambhira. এগুলো কিন্তু সব প্যাসেজে দেওয়া আছে, ঠিক আছে? Number C. Which songs are composed and sung by women only, and which songs are sung by both men and women? Okay, this has also been mentioned clearly. You don't have to look for any tricks or turns. Okay, it's just there. You just have to look for it. There are songs which belongs exclusively to men, others to women, while some are sung by both men and women. Thus, only women compose and sing Brotogan and Mary Git, but both men and women participate in the roof beating songs that are sung while beating down after farming rooftops. ঠিক আছে? ওরা কৃষি কাজ করার পরেই তারা এই গানগুলো, এই যে রুফ বিটিং সংস গায় একসাথে, men and women both. These are very clearly mentioned in the passage. You can get them from there. Okay, moving on. Number 4. What are the elements does folk music combine? Give an example of folk music. এখানে বলছে যে ফোক মিউজিকের কি কি এলিমেন্টস একসাথে মিলে একটা ফোক মিউজিক তৈরি হয়, আমাদেরকে একটা এক্সাম্পল দিতে হবে. In order to do that, we are taking this answer straightly from the passage. Any mode or form created by the combination of tune, voice, and dance may be described as music. Similarly, the combination of folk music, folk dance, and folk tune may be called folk music. For example, baul songs are a combination of tune, music, and dance. One of the example is Lalon Shah. Anyway, number E. What did you read about the heritage of folk music of Bangladesh? Bangladesher folk music এর ঐতিহ্য নিয়ে কি বলার আছে তোমার? Bangladesh has a heritage of rich folk music which includes both religious and secular songs. তো ওদের হেরিটেজটা কেন এতটা বেশি রিভাইভড, rejuvenated হয়ে আছে? It is because they have this richness of folk music, and which includes religious and secular songs, which means non-religious songs. Understood? We are done with question answers. Moving on to the next activity, that is flowchart. It's the best part, right? But it takes time. That's the best part. The question is make a flowchart showing the most important and unique criteria of folk music. So in order to do that, first just remember we have to make boxes, all right, and then put arrows like this in between every box, right, so that you can direct the flow of information. That's why it's called flowchart. Anyway, so the question was the most important and unique criteria of folk music. গুরুত্বপূর্ণ এবং distinctive idea. Alright. Rural folk based music. একদমই গ্রামের অঞ্চল থেকে ও গ্রামের অঞ্চল বেসড ওদের মিউজিক গুলো হয়। ইন্ডিভিজুয়াল অর গ্রুপ সংস ওদের দু ধরনেরই গান আছে। illiterate and semi-literate composer. Literate হবে, literate, not illiterate. Literate মানে অল্প শিক্ষিত মানুষ, ওরাই গানগুলো লিখে থাকে বা রচনা করে থাকে। নেক্সট, spontaneous expression in local dialect. মুখ থেকে যাই বের হবে ওটা গানে রূপান্তরিত হয়ে যাবে। Spontaneous মানে there is no preparation, alright? Universal appeal in words and tune. Universal appeal মানে যে ওয়ার্ডস এবং টিউনের সাথে সব ধরনের মানুষ, সব শ্রেণীর মানুষ রিলেট করতে পারবে, ঠিক আছে? The last one, manifestation of joy and sorrows. এটা হচ্ছে সবচেয়ে important একটা part. Now every song has this group effort of bringing every emotion of human life and their daily lives into their songs so that people can relate. All right, so that's what folk songs also do to us. That is, they have this collective effort of manifesting joy and sorrows and other human emotions. Yeah, so let's move on to our next post reading activity, summarizing. This will be the last one of summarizing a text. I won't be doing summarizing anymore beginning from the coming lesson, so that we'll be doing paragraph writing, but this is the last summarizing we'll be doing. All right, summarize the text about, no, not the photograph, folk music. It's a teeny mistake I have made. Anyway, let's just summarize the text about the folk music. All right, so it's a very huge text we have read, and we are going to just pick out the characteristics, the uniqueness, maybe some of the names of the folk music as well. Let's read it out. First, we will define the term folk music. Okay, folk music is a music which belongs to a particular society. It is a music which is not influenced by any sophisticated music rules or any standard music styles. It may be both religious and secular songs. It originates in the heart of the community and comprises of folk songs, folk dance, and folk tunes. This type of music has some special features. See, up to this, we have defined folk music. All right, now we are going to talk about the special characteristics. Okay, this type of music has some special features. Especially, they are composed by the rural people, remain uninfluenced by modern or classical music. Now, there are some distinctive characteristics of folk music. They are composed by the rural people, uninfluenced by any modern or classical music. Got it? Above all, many more characteristics as well. Folk music deals with culture, festivals. What is this about? What is folk music about? So that's what they are dealing with. Natural life, natural beauty, river or riverine life. Take it. These are the things that we have to include in our summary, the main idea of the whole passage. All right, just put it into a short one. Try to include more linking or connectors. All right, so this is with I am done with this lesson. I'll see you in the next lesson.